similar programs. Just a number of models. Models. Good. 5 minutes. Yeah.
It'll be nice.
Have you ever been to the conference?
Yeah.
I went to the last one. How was it? Oh, you just like the
And that too,
drop.
was like, not yet. Or maybe
I just, I would be getting some verbal that.
So every
It's just, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
Last year, this year. Yeah.
We're so
It's not as like.
Side screening, but I can distribute to multiple companies.
If you'd like to, I'll give you, hopefully I got it set up right. I'll send you a link. Actually, I meant to do that. Do that. Here, I'll drop it on the Slack.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could then put them under the other.
Yeah, that's it. You're welcome.
You know, and message your phone back. You can call them later. You can call me.
All right.
Yeah, yeah. So that's, yeah. Like trying to drive my team.
Here, versus most of the work in this.
I don't. Once. I'm trying to traveling across the country.
Hello, everybody. I know everyone's having a wonderful conversation, and we could continue that, but I want to say hello and welcome everybody. My name is Luigi, and you probably got your invite from me or saw on social media. I want to thank everyone so much for coming tonight. People who have been here before, new people, really appreciate that you made the drive, and welcome. I'm glad the food came on time this time. The last meeting, we kind of ate in the middle of the presentation and ran a little late. I'll blame everyone else, but it's probably my fault. So thank you, Ashley, for taking care of that. Really appreciate it. And so let's go ahead and get started. First of all, before I get into anything serious, today is Talk Like a Pirate Day. International Talk Like a Pirate Day. I added this last night when I realized what a special day it was. And I know we're a special group, but everyone loves pirates. And I had ChatGPT help with some Tableau pirate quotes. And that's supposed to play some music. Let's see if I can. No, that's all right. You're supposed to hear A Pirate's Life for Me. So, if you want to sing it or not at all, that's fine. But there's our quotes to get started for the evening. It would have been a lot funnier with the music. So I'll do better, I promise.
Now, I'm just curious, they're all anonymous, but given that ChatGPT wrote them, do you get the credit?
Absolutely. I am the genius behind this. I didn't want to brag how pirate smart I am or admit I knew that today was Talk Like a Pirate Day, but I like to celebrate every year. So if you want to interrupt and go R or when you're speaking, talk like a pirate, I would totally love that. All right. So we'll get into it. First of all, introductions. There are 3 of us that are running the group. We have 2 new people that have stepped up to help. We have Ashley Zong in the back. She has helped. And we have Kayla Swain. And yeah, they are helping to run our user group. We made things great with one person, but the things we can do with a group of us, I'm really excited. And I've thanked them a million times. We wanted to thank them in front of all of you as well. They've just for this last meeting, they put a lot of work in and helped me tremendously. And the future is bright for this group. And I'm really excited. And just because we have co-leads right in the group, I still want everyone involved, coming up with ideas, things you want to see, places you want to meet, places you want to go, or walk the plank, or whatever it may be on Talk Like a Pirate Day. We'll talk about how you can help a little bit later, but I just wanted to thank them very much. I really appreciate their help and really excited about what we're doing. You know who I am, most of you, but in case you're new, my name's Luigi. I'm the Vice President of Operations at Direct Revenue. We're a media buying agency, so we buy commercial time for linear television, what you see on cable networks and direct TV, but also over-the-top networks. So if you're watching your Rokus, different things, we buy and negotiate that ad time. We run the commercials, and then we take all that data and analytics and look at what errands are working, what's profitable, what's not. And I'm in charge of operations and also reporting. And I'm the primary Tableau dashboard author. I brought Tableau to our company. It was one of the first things I did, and it's brought me on this journey. Started being involved in the community, what we're talking about today. I started really getting involved in 2019. I had been at Tableau conferences since 2015 and went every year and got so jazzed and excited, but was always on the sideline. And I came back, I'm so excited to do all these things, and then I got scared of people. I'm still scared of people, but I'm still up here. And it's because the people in this community are so kind, and we're going to talk about all that. But right before that conference in 2019, I made a decision that I was going to talk to people, I was going to engage with people, meet people. I did that. I got out of my shell. And then because I did something like that, the pandemic happened. So I apologize for doing something different, but that will not happen again. My experience is a little different. More recently, early in the year, I don't know how many of you know Adam Nico. He's a visionary and Tableau ambassador. He has a list of what he calls Tableau Next. People are ambassadors or visionaries, just people who are involved in the community that haven't been recognized yet. And I was on that list this year. He's such a wonderful human being, and it was such an honor for him to add me to that list. So I'm very proud of it, so I add it here. More proud than anything, I'm father of twins. They will turn 13 on December 24th, and it's something very special. One of my twins may be watching right now. So if you are watching, hi, Filippo. And if you are watching, tell your mommy that I love her very much, and she's a big part of helping me be successful. Another thing about me, I love being outdoors. I love grilling. If you follow me on social media or know me, I'm always outside doing something on my Traeger, or now a new toy at Blackstone. And I love being outside. I moved down to San Diego in 2012, and the weather is just too perfect not to be outside. except when we have hurricanes, which again, not my fault. And I love the Spice Girls. More embarrassing than anything else, but they're a lot of fun. And as you can see in the picture, I love flamingos. Now I'm going to allow our co-leads to introduce themselves. So, Ashley.
Hi everyone, I'm Ashley. I'm the manager of active licensing at Qualcomm. I've been at Qualcomm for 1.5 years. Been working with Tina, Aaron, and Maxine for almost 9 years with Tiger. And I'm still enjoying being surrounded with talented people like them. And I'm super excited that with the sponsorship of our management, we are able to host the Tableau San Diego Tableau user group here at Qualcomm. And so I've been involved in the Tableau community since 2019. I went to the first conference actually back in 2018 at New Orleans. That's really a good one, and that's the one that has blown my mind and opened my door to super powerful new tools. And since, but I was like good side, I always see people talking to each other, so enthusiastic at the conference, but I never think I'm one of them. And at that point, I think I'm just like visitor or observer from outside. But since 2019, I went to conference again, and I started to see the people that I saw on the social media, those so-called investment town hall, them master, right, to call them. And they're nice, they're so easy going, they're not like the celebrity. They're really cool, they care about the people, care about the people, they will do whatever they can to help. And since early, I was preparing for my Tableau certified professional in 2019. And then I got to connect with my mentor through this data mentorship program. His name is Kale. If you are doing the work on Wednesday, you probably know him. And I'm still meeting with him thanks to Zoom. And we changed the way how we connect with people. And during the pandemic, we keep meeting frequently on Zoom, and we try to share. And with his support, I passed the certified professional, and also he inspired me to involve with the Tableau community. I remember he once said, do whatever you can, whenever you can. Right now, my plate is totally full. I have 2 little young kids, full-time job, and but just as what he said, just do whatever you can. You don't have to do everything. It's a teamwork. So I'm glad that Kayla, I'm able to work with Kayla and Lee to make this happen. And like I already mentioned, little kids today are probably not watching me on television. It's probably, yeah, dinner time for them now. And yeah, I hopefully I can go to see them where they go and sleep. Back to me. Well, I'm a lifetime learner. I'm always interested in learning new things, new tools, and recently I've been learning something new. You can guess what it is? I mean, swimming. I was actually afraid of water. Maybe some of you know that we once went together, went outside with the pool, but I really never dared to go to the water. I was always see on the edge because I was once born when I was little on the island. And this time I didn't know better time than now. I saw a commercial advertisement on our Qualcomm Live on Life Fitness email list and said there's swimming lessons and 5 lessons and it happened in the morning 8 to 9, and it's perfect time for me because I won't be able to do it in the afternoon or later. So I signed it up and I took 5 licenses. I no longer afraid of jumping in the water. Right now, I'm not a very competitive swimmer, but I think next time when you do pool activity, I will definitely not seeing you on the ad, I will definitely join you guys. So that's what I'm learning now. I'm learning swimming and I'm still practicing. If you haven't connected with me on LinkedIn or Twitter, you can do it now. If you type Ashley John, you're able to find me. I'm glad to connect with each one of you. I greeted some of you today. I don't have the memory to memorize people's names, so please connect with me. Let's keep in touch. Thank you.
Thank you. And we will send this out as well, so our contact information will be in there. And I am fantastic with names, remembering everybody, especially everyone in this room. But just in case, sync up with me, LinkedIn, Twitter, or since it's Talk Like Empire Day, X marks the spot on the map. Okay, these jokes are pretty bad. We'll move on to Kayla.
Hi everyone, my name is Kayla Swain. I work as a consultant at Lovelytics. Lovelytics is a data and analytics consulting firm based in DC. I've been there a year and some change. It's been a very big learning process for me, and it's just been exciting to get to work with different clients across different industries. Prior to that, I worked in mostly healthcare, so it was kind of nice to kind of step out of that industry and get some exposure, some different types of data. I've been involved in the Tableau community since 2019, but actually first learned about Tableau a few years before that. I was in grad school and I worked on an internship for the hospital corporation, and they were doing some really cool stuff with Tableau. And it was like, wow, this is like really cool that they weren't doctors, but they were able to help the doctors in such a meaningful way. It's like you can really see the impact. So that was what first got me really excited about it. It took a couple years to get to a role where I was able to use Tableau, and then I had a coworker there who encouraged me to get involved online in the data fan community. And at that time, I actually had the opportunity to go to the conference in 2019, and then I was like hooked forever. Like it was great. I didn't know anyone at that point, so I needed to, kind of meet all of the leaders of the, community data fan community yet. But even not knowing anyone, I had like a really good time. All the cool nerdy stuff, huge Vegas party. Just a lot of good, sessions and a lot of good material to learn. And then of course the next year was a pandemic, so I didn't get it. So it was a couple years before the.
It's your fault, not mine.
Sorry, I was too excited for the 2020 conference and then it didn't happen. So I haven't been back since then, but hopefully next year, I was here in San Diego. I will be there. I've been here in San Diego for a year as well. I literally moved the week before I started at Lovelytics, so it was a lot going on last year. I absolutely love San Diego. I was in Nashville before I was here. Before that, I was in New York City. Before that, Ohio, and then I grew up in Atlanta. So I've jumped around a lot. To me, so moving here was like I wanted to live on every, kind of region. But so far, I think this is the best one. No sunny weather kind of makes you biased. I went to Ohio State, so go Buckeyes. Football season starting up here, so I'm still getting used to the 9 p.m. football games. It's very, very different, but we make it work. And instead of, you get mimosas with games now. I'm a big music fan. I'm learning how to DJ. It's kind of been the way that I've been trying to meet people in the area and explore as well. So it's been really fun. Maybe 1 year down the road, I can DJ at the Tableau conference. That was really cool. And I'm still in my Edmonton session. I was very late to the game because I did not think that I would like it. I thought it was corny. Even when I sat down to watch it, I put it on in the background. And then 2 minutes in, I was like, this is really good. And so ever since then, I've been hooked. And so if you ever ask me anything about it, I can give you 1,000 facts, behind the scenes secrets and all this stuff that I've accumulated over the last 3 years. You can connect me on Twitter, LinkedIn, all that good stuff too.
Welcome, thank you. All right, well, before we move on with the feature presentation, we've introduced ourselves. If anyone has any announcements or if they have any jobs that they're open for at their company, or if they're looking for work, or We always open it up here to help each other. I know there's always people looking for work or are needing work. So if anyone has anything that they want to say, or feel free. And if not, that's going to. All right. So next, congratulations to all the new returning Tableau ambassadors. We have a couple actually here tonight, Kayla and Lisa. So congratulations to them and everyone else. Huge honor for you, for those that are nominated and also accepted. So congratulations. We're can't wait to see what this next year brings from all you guys. We all look to you as part of the Tableau community, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. And thank you to Qualcomm, and thank you, Ashley, for being our sponsor and host tonight. They allowed us to come and have our meeting here and helped us with food and beverage, so we really appreciate it. So thank you, Qualcomm, and thanks again, Ashley. We really appreciate it. Thank you. And the two coolest people I could find, Nick Cage. All right, so let me just. One second to make sure I'm doing this right. Let's see. Let me just check to make sure. Nope, that didn't work. I'll get this figured out eventually. Okay, well that didn't. One second. Sorry about that. I'm trying to get this to work.
As well wishes for come fast, I would like to take this opportunity to actually introduce Lisa. Lisa was the
Thank you.
I always admire her. If you don't know her, definitely connect with her on the Twitter or LinkedIn. Lisa was the champion on the what do you call Airbus in 2021. Right. Okay. Good. So we have a champion in the room. Surprise you. Sorry for putting you on the spot. And Lisa is still sharing some very cool. I remember last time she shared on her Tableau public file. If you go find her and follow her, she shared some cool how to use the new features, Tableau features to use it in your daily job. You're using Superstore data, but the idea behind it, how to design it and use it smart way. So follow Lisa and also follow her on the Tableau public. Just FYI.
All right. The computer is telling me this is working. When I go home and view the video and see a blank space, we'll say otherwise. But let's continue for the people who are here. So now we're here to talk about getting involved in the Tableau community. So tonight we're going to talk about what the Tableau community is, how to get involved, ways you can engage with the Tableau community, like coming to Tableau user group meetings, benefits of getting involved. We'll talk about some of our success stories and maybe hear from some of you here in the crowd, some of our tips for effective involvement, and then we'll have some Q&A and then some networking time, unless I talk too much. So according to the Google definition of a Tableau community is a vibrant network of Tableau users, enthusiasts, and experts. It's all of us. It's all of us here. It's all of us that use Tableau for work or for fun. Those of us that engage with each other or use it at work and look for tips. It's a whole wide world of people. We're available online. We're on social media. We're on LinkedIn. We're in user groups. We're at Tableau conference. We're all over the place. There's tons of us around. We're not just people who use Tableau maybe to draw pretty pictures, though there's an art to it. But we're also data analysts, developers. We have people that run meetings in companies that talk to C-suite executives, or maybe those executives looking at the dashboards. Or we have analysts. We have people at community colleges and universities that use Tableau to look at their data. All of us use it in a different way, but we're all there to support each other. And that's the key, is we're all open and welcoming as a Tableau community. There are such bright people. There are some people that you go to conference and go, oh my gosh, that person's such a superstar or a rock star. I can never go up and talk to them. And then next thing they know, they're coming up to you. Oh, I saw you tweet about the Spice Girls. That's an interesting music choice, but hi, nice to meet you. Welcome. Or if you have a question and you see maybe you have a question on maps, and you see someone posting and you're like, oh, they'll never get back to me. Odds are you reached out to that person, they'll not only get back to you, but they'll be enthusiastic and want to help you. And if they can't help you, they may know 10 other people that can help you solve your problem. And that's what's special, where I've been involved in a lot of different things, and there's been a lot of competition and egos involved. And maybe there's some of that, but I haven't really noticed. Everyone's been so open and welcoming and very helpful to me. And that's what it's all about. And that's the ending here, is that's what we want you to learn about the community, that we're here to support each other, and whether it's helping you, on something you're stuck on or help with ideas, that's what the Tableau community is all about. That's a big group of us at the last Tableau conference. I like this picture because I'm kind of in the middle, because I like to be the attention. So here you go. But last year was in Vegas. Last few years have been in Vegas. Next year's in San Diego. Really excited about that. So there's no travel. So hopefully all of you can make it, and we'll have a good time. All right. So why should we get involved? Getting involved in Tableau community, there's learning opportunities. Whether you're looking at other people's dashboards in Tableau Public, you go, wow, how did they do that? A lot of authors will make it where you can download their workbooks and reverse engineer it. And maybe you can't figure it out. You can reach out to them. A lot of people are open to teaching you. There's community initiatives where they teach you how to do new things that I know personally I've done a lot, and I've incorporated it in my stuff at work, and it's helped me improve. Even if it's not in data visualization, there's a lot of analysts and different types of people in this community that are good at a lot of different things, and it allows you to get out there, maybe make some friends, but make some good contacts that can teach you and maybe help you to your new opportunity. AKA networking, point number 2. It allows you to meet a bunch of different people. We're here tonight as a user group, and I know some of you got a chance to speak with each other. Hopefully we keep that dialogue going, but there's so many opportunities outside of our user group, whether it's social media or conference, to get to know people and learn and advance and grow. For your career, there's people that have been able to gain jobs, whether they were just starting at Tableau and they started going to things like this, where they've moved on to other companies, or in my case, I'm at the same company, but one of my tasks was researching a BI tool to switch our reporting to, and we decided on Tableau, and that's helped me grow in my own company and do really well. So I've personally grown in my career because of it, and I know people that have, either switched careers or switched jobs. There's a story I know of someone, they were going to present at their local user group, and that day they were laid off from their job, and their presentation was actually on the company laptop, and they were deflated, and they thought to themselves, well, what else am I going to do? He didn't have the presentation on him, but he went to the user group and Ask Data had just come out. He's like, well, perfect, we'll get the tested out. So he borrowed a laptop and went up and navigated and did a whole presentation on Ask Data. And I don't know if he got a job that night, but that helped that person find that opportunity. So, there's that there. Collaboration. There's a lot of opportunity to work with people. Maybe there's community projects that sometimes you can group with a bunch of people and create a dashboard that multiple people work on and put that on. Or maybe you're at your job and you're stuck and you can't get a parameter action to work properly. Or dynamic zone visibility. Maybe you need to publish your dashboard to Tableau server and you realize that your work is not going to work on the current version. And there's people out there, as you get to know in the community, you can ask, is there any hope? Can I fix this? Sometimes there's workarounds, sometimes there's not. But being part of this community will help you find that answer a lot quicker than, trying a bunch of different things aren't working. So use that opportunity to collaborate with people here or people you meet in your travels that use Tableau. And part of why I'm here helping run the user group is giving back. I've had so many people help me out in my Tableau journey. Whether it was helping do things at work or, figuring out a fun dashboard or even friendship. I've made some true friends from the Tableau community that we speak to each other regularly. And we ask Tableau questions and we also have a lot of fun. We do things other than Tableau. I know it's hard to believe, especially at a user group meeting, but I'm here to give back for all that I've gained. And as you improve and have the opportunity, I hope you can do that as well and help others, helping others as simple as, here's a shortcut to do this, or maybe helping in a user group or pitching ideas, whatever it is. But I've been rewarded heavily for being involved, and I hope to help you all here as well. Ways to engage in the community. So we're going to go over some of the ways in the next few slides. We have Tableau forums. We have Tableau user groups, like you are here. Tableau public. Social media. Tableau community projects. And Tableau conference, which you haven't heard, next year, April 29th through May 2nd. All right, the Tableau community forums. This is a spot where you can log in and you can search for questions if you're having issues or can't figure something out, or you can post questions. There are people from Tableau that are in the forums, but there are people that aren't Tableau employees that really know their stuff. That there's a few Tableau forum ambassadors that it seems like they're on there all day, answering people's questions, supporting, and it's a really good place to go if you're stuck on something. Let's see the bullets here. Discussion platform for Tableau users, ask questions, seek advice, and share solutions. Oh, here's a pirate reference. I didn't even realize I had in there a treasure trove of Tableau knowledge. It's true. You can go on there And if you ask in the right way, you want to make sure that you have your question very clear, what your issue is, what you are hoping to hear back, and some sample data and a workbook that you can post. A lot of times someone can go on there and they can download your notebook, your workbook, and go, oh, this was your problem. They can reverse engineer it, add another tab on there, and then they'll walk through your problem on Tableau on the forums. And not only will you learn, but other people that run into the same issue or similar issue will learn. I've been one of those people at the very beginning that didn't know how to ask a question, nervous, and I got the same speech. Put your workbook on there. Even if you can't put your real data, make some sample data, put it on there, and it really helps. Even now on things that I can't remember sometimes, I'll go to the forum, search it, and then you'll see a Jim Daner or Ken Flairledge or the many other people that are on there that are helpful. And if they can't quite figure it out, a lot of them are open to, hey, send me an email. I'll try to take some time and help you out. That's all because they're part of the Tableau community. And the URL is here, but you can also Google Tableau forums and it will bring you there as well. Anyone here utilize the forums or have used it? Yeah, it's, what did I put here? A treasure trove of Tableau knowledge. It's true. Tableau user groups. It's what brings us together today. We're an inclusive, Tableau user groups are inclusive meetup events for Tableau enthusiasts to connect, learn, and discuss all things data. Find inspiration from peers across geographies, industries, roles, affiliations, and other areas of interest. There are user groups for almost anything. We're a local one here in San Diego, but there are many others. Say you work for a community college in California. Well, you're in luck. There's a user group that just started, and I may know a couple of the people that run the group, right, Lisa?
I know it, yeah.
There's marketing groups, there's health groups, you can name it, it's probably there. And you can search on usergroups.tableau.com. And what's really great is if something doesn't exist and you know that there's a demand for it, or a group of people that would benefit for it, you can reach out to Tableau and say, hey, I got this idea. I know someone that wants to start a marketing group where, our group, we use Tableau and we update data more frequently and run into some issues that some people with static data sets may not run into. So she has this idea of starting a group. So she's contacted Tableau and filled out the information, and we'll see. So that may be one that's starting. So if you have an idea, approach Tableau about it. Or if you're not sure, ask someone here or many of the people in the Tableau community. Maybe there's something that exists, or you might find out, wow, I really have that problem too. Let's go ahead and do it. And maybe you'll have a group of people helping you run that group when you just had that idea. But there's local groups, there's a lot of virtual groups, and you can also attend groups that you're not part of. So maybe Nashville, they're having their user group and they're discussing something that, oh, wow, I really want to learn about that. You can register and attend virtually. And that's a good way to learn about a lot of different things too. So yeah, go down that path. And speaking of user groups, if you ever want to speak on a topic, let us know. We'd love to have you come up and present, whether it's just you want to teach something that you're really good at, or you just want to get used to presenting, or maybe you want to present at Tableau conference and you want a little practice. You're in San Diego, so that's helpful. And then you can, go through whatever it is and We'll applaud you. We'll give you any feedback that you want, and it'll be a great learning opportunity for everybody. Tableau Public. Tableau Public's so great. It's a place where you can create your dashboards and publish it to the public. It's a place where you can learn how to, you can learn how to learn new techniques. You can download workbooks. You can, when you participate in some of the Tableau community projects, a lot of times they get posted on there. You can get inspiration from Tableau Public. A lot of times I'll look at the visit of the day where you can sign up and get an email every day during the work week of one of the great pieces of Tableau work that's been selected by Tableau. Or you can, maybe it's college football season and maybe your team's not doing very well, or you grew up in LA and the Pac-10 that turned into the Pac-12 is now going to be the Pac-2. You can search for UCLA or Pac-12 football and maybe get some inspiration and make your own data viz on it. Or you could just play around with some ideas. Maybe you've watched a presentation on I don't know, dynamic zone visibility and you're like, wow, that's pretty cool. You can put together a dashboard, you can publish it, and then you can put it out. Hey, I put this together. I'm really proud of it, but can I get some feedback here? Tableau Public's a great place for that. It's also a great place to build a work portfolio. As you're building different dashboards and you're learning, you have a whole history of your work, whether it's for a new employment opportunity or whatever it is you may want to do. It's really handy. And be able to send someone, oh, here's my Tableau Public profile. Take a look. And there's some different schools of thought on it. There's some people that, maybe they do hundreds of visits and maybe they have just 5 of their best. Or you have people like me that do hundreds of mediocre visits and have a few of them, but then it shows my growth. And it shows I've tried different things, and there's a lot of different things that fall flat. But that's okay. A lot of times when someone's hiring or looking maybe to bring you on for a project, they go, okay, this person tries a lot of different things, and that first viz they put out is a heck of a lot different than the latest ones. And at least in my personal experience, that's a lot of what people are looking for, especially if you're trying to break into a career in data visualization. If you have the passion for it and you have the interest and you have some of the skills, a lot of things can be taught. And Tableau Public is a really good way to get yourself out there and to get practice. Everyone here have a Tableau Public account? Well, you all should. It's even if you just start with one viz or even if you're just looking for inspiration or to get emailed the viz of the day, it's well worth it. It just takes a few minutes. There's a link here. And just here's some of the visits that popped up when I took a screenshot. There are, I forget how many thousands of visits on there for anything you want to look at. And there's some really cool stuff. There's even some people put together video games on there. It's wild what you can do. Social media. Now, I know there's a negative connotation of social media. Some people can be mean, but social media is what you make of it. And I've talked about how great the Tableau community has been for me and to me, and I've made a lot of friends. You'll find when you put yourself out there that there are a lot of kind people that want to help and will give you great feedback. And a good way to do that is through LinkedIn or Twitter or X or whatever the new name that's going to be assigned to it in the future. I put Facebook on here. I know some people are on there. Maybe I'm just old, but maybe you're on Facebook and want to get some inspiration from there. But don't be afraid of the Tableau social media community. There's a lot of great people out there. I have a tweeting problem. I do that a little much, but follow any of us, and it's great. You can use that with Tableau Public. You can put together your dashboard that you're working on, or something you're trying to figure out. You can post it on Tableau Public, and you can take your link. You can post it on LinkedIn or one of the LinkedIn groups, or on Twitter, and say, hey, data fam, Viz feedback, can you take a look? I'm working on X, and can you give me some help here? Or, give me some honest feedback. What do you think? You'll get a lot of people that will chime in. Hey, have you thought about this? Oh, this is great, but maybe your color should be adjusted. Or, maybe you need some more white space in your Viz, so everything's not cluttered together. You'll get a lot of great feedback, and some people may even reach out to you and go, hey, you did a great job here. These are the list of things that I think would really make this all so much better. And you might even get some coaching out of it. I know I've had some people respond to me, or I've put some things out, and I've been able to not only make improvements on that, but in other things I do. So, some people can be not so kind on social media, but the Tableau community, they're really good. So you could connect with the Tableau visionaries and ambassadors and anyone that there's the data fam hashtag, and there's a whole bunch of those. Start reaching out and talking to people, and you'll most likely get a good outcome. We're on social media. So on Twitter, we have our SD_tug. We have a LinkedIn group. We have a Slack community that we're interacting in. There'll be a link here, but if you want to join the Slack, send us a message and we'll get you a link. It's just for us that come to here to the meetings. You can ask questions, post different things. It's our way of trying to really get engagement in our San Diego community. So between Twitter, LinkedIn, and Slack, those are great ways to keep in touch with us. And then our personal contact information, which is in the deck, which you'll get after this meeting. Trying to start a YouTube channel. We're going to see if this works out. And if this recorded properly, we'll post it. But when we do more hybrid or virtual meetings within the Tableau platform, we'll be able to record and post all that stuff. And that will all be on our YouTube channel. So you can go back and as we're teaching things or working on whatever it is, you can go back. I had Facebook on here, but I didn't want to hear the OK Boomer feedback. But there is one subscriber, and that's me on our Facebook channel. So forget it. It's not worth it. Tableau community projects. There are so many different projects out there for all kinds of different interests. Different members of the Tableau community, they put on different projects to help you learn using different topics or causes. And it's something that everyone at any level can get involved in. That includes all of us here. There's your Makeover Mondays, where there's a data set that comes out, and there's the original Viz that comes out, and then you get a chance to make that Viz over and publish it on Tableau Public, and then share on social media, and you can get feedback on that. And whether you're just really trying to make that Viz better, or you're trying to work on something. I know it feels like there's dozens of different projects out there where you can collaborate with others on. There's projects like Viz for Social Good, where a data set goes out and you're working on a project, and you're helping a good cause. You're helping a company or a cause that's trying to get help on visualizing their data so it's meaningful and impactful. And when you do something like that, you're able to potentially help that cause if you're into that. There's Sports Viz Sunday, where if you're a fanatic about sports, there's music ones. There's Iron Quest, where if you want to get involved in the Iron Viz competition. I hear that there's a past winner that likes to come to some of our meetings. Oh, I didn't see you there. Lisa has won the competition, and I don't mean to pick on you, but you're so nice and kind, and you may not speak to me after this, but that's really one way to help hone your skills on doing that. Or even if you don't want to participate in Iron Viz, that's a good way to help you think about how to tell a story. And in Iron Viz, taking this data and telling a compelling story and making it look great, that's a big part of it. And there's a link here to search for community projects. I took a couple of screenshots, and there are a lot more here, and there's a lot of great ones here. I've participated in a lot of these, and it really does help you get better at the tool. It helps you engage with others, and there's something for all levels that you can get involved in. And on this next screen here, we have 3 that we put together that are really good for, we say beginners, but even if you've been using the tool a while, there's always new features coming out, or maybe there's something that you can't figure out, you can't fit into your day job, and you want to work on something. These are some great places to do it. So there's Makeover Monday, which has been around for many years, and that's where on Mondays data set comes out and you get to remake it. You can post it and you can get feedback that way. But also Andy Kriebel, he runs that project. He goes through and visits on YouTube his solutions and walks through it. And he's got so much great stuff out there. If you didn't listen to all my rambling, research his stuff, Andy Kriebel, and Makeover Monday. He's got a lot of great vizzes and videos and tutorials, and his stuff will help you. The next one on the list is Back to Viz Basics. So Makeover Monday, I had taken a hiatus for a little while, and there was a gap in that kind of more beginner type of style of learning Tableau. So this came to be where it wasn't every week, but a couple of times a month, some data would come out, and it started with make a bar chart, and then make different kinds of charts, and then really focusing on the bar chart one. I think that was the first or second one. Just make the best bar chart you can. Be good with your colors. Point out what you want to show in that story. And it was a simple data set, but it really made you think, okay, I look at bar charts all day. What makes them good? What makes them bad? So Back to Viz Basics is going strong, and that's another great one to get involved with. And check it out. And then Workout Wednesdays here. It comes out it's for your Wednesday workout, and you get the data set earlier in the week. And I think it's beginner, but there's also some advanced things you can do on there. But there's you get your data set, and then you get a problem to solve, and how to create that dashboard in a certain way. And you can post your things and come up with your best solution. But then at the end of the week, you'll be able to see on YouTube or LinkedIn live on how the solution for that dashboard. And it's a great way to get your hands on something, but then again, watch those solutions come out and learn something and go, oh, wow, maybe you figured something out, and then you watch the video and like, oh, what took me 20 minutes, I could have done in 2 minutes with, one simple calculation. Or you realize that it was really hard, but you learned a new skill and maybe you can apply it to work or whatever else you're working on. Well, I really encourage you to get involved in these community projects. There is something for everybody. And whether, it's a lot of fun, or if you just want to dedicate yourself and maybe like Makeover Monday, if you participate in the whole year, I've done that, where you just work and work and work and talk like a pirate day. I promise you that by doing those exercises, you'll get better. And if you kind of take a step back and go, wow, where I started from to where I ended, you'll see a big difference. And, whether you want to do something every week or, maybe you love music or whatever it is, there's something for you. And I check it out. There's a link, or you can Google for community challenges on Tableau and you'll find it. Is there any community projects that any of you participate in or like participating in?
So I participated in Real World Big Data.
Oh yeah, that's a really good one too. Mark Bradbourne, Tableau employee, senior solutions engineer, and a Sue Visor for IronViz the last few years, and I believe Jackie Moore. I think she's helping with that project as well. They get data sets that you would see at your job. Like they've done human resources. I know that's one they've done, and they've done a whole bunch of them. And you get requirements where, okay, this is the data. We need, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put it together and then publish it. And then if you submit, they'll go through and you'll get feedback. And that is a really good one as well. So yeah, check it out. There's a lot of great stuff. Tableau conference. It's my favorite time of year. You get let's see, there's a quote here. For those of you that don't know, Tableau conference is the data event of the year with 200 plus sessions, hands-on training, IronViz and data night out. There's something for everyone to learn, connect with the community, have fun, and give back. Sarah Bartlett, she's one of the leaders of the London Tableau user group. She's a visionary and Tableau ambassador. And she also, leading into conference, she puts out a blog on some advice on going to Tableau conference and what to expect and how to prepare for it. Tableau conference, we get together every year. The last few years, it's been in Las Vegas. Before that, Tableau would alternate. They'd have 1 year in Vegas, then a year in Austin, then a year in Vegas, and then New Orleans. And then we had some virtual ones, and then we had a few in a row in Vegas, and now it's come to our backyard. And if you can go, it's an amazing opportunity. The sessions are great. There's hands-on sessions. If you want to, really sit down with your computer and work through something. There's community-led talks, which I really enjoy, where you get leaders in the community. They're talking about, like I am, how to get involved in the community, or some things they're doing at work. One of the ones I went to last conference was on Tableau bands. Big articulated numbers, but some people call them big ass numbers or big articulated numbers, and they did a whole presentation on these bands, and it was a lot of fun, but I got a lot out of it too. And the two people that ran that, they're really bright people involved in Tableau community, and you get a lot of that, but you also get that networking aspect where you have the best and the brightest, and you can learn from going to sessions, but you can talk to these people. they don't bite. So many people are really kind in real life, and they really want to help you. I've not experienced anything really like that, where you go up to someone and they're like, "Oh my God, how are you? Nice to meet you," and you'll have conversations with them, and that's really neat. But also, if you're trying to convince your company, like, well, why should we send you to the Tableau conference? I mean, this year there's no flight required, but there's still a cost. But you are getting FaceTime and get to interact and network with experts in Tableau. Not just the people that work at Tableau, they're fantastic too, especially the ones that like to make it out to our meetings. They're fantastic. But you also, get people who use the tool. I brought up, maps. Maybe you have a question and you can't get your map layers done correctly. Well, you can make friends and network, and if you have that come up, you have a relationship with, maybe outside of the person that created map layers in Tableau, that they may even know it better now than that person and be able to give you tips. Or if you're having, trouble getting something to render in your dashboard, you got a person that you've probably met at that conference, or you've made enough contacts, you can go, "Hey, I'm having trouble here. Maybe you can't help me, but can you tell me someone I can reach out to?" And more often than not, you've got where you can contact someone that's an expert in that. And that's because you went to Tableau conference. Yes, we have Tableau user groups, and that's fantastic. But this is another layer where you get people from all over the world that come in. And we're so connected. Someone you meet from London or Sydney, Australia, you might hit it off and go, "Oh wow, they're really good at this problem. We actually talked about it." You can maybe not call them in the middle of the night, but send them a message, and when they wake up and you're going to bed, they can help you with your problem. But going to conference and actually talking to people, I talked about it a little bit at the beginning, that I'd get energized, and then like, "Oh, people, get away from me." If you want to get out of your shell and really learn from the best, this is the place to do it. And we are fortunate to have them here in our backyard, and I really do encourage you to go. Show of hands, how many people have been to the Tableau conference? All right, a lot of you have. I think you all agree that it's a great thing to attend. And I've been beating this drum, Tableau conference. Next year, it's here. Let's all go. Let's have a good time. Let's show everyone how great San Diego is and how great our user group is. All right, another quote. Gives me an excuse to read the screen verbatim. Benefits of getting involved. Using Tableau and connecting to the Tableau community has literally been life-altering for me and thousands of others. The success stories are simply innumerable. I cannot say it enough, but getting connected is one of the smartest things you can do with your data career. Kevin Flaherledge. If you don't know who Kevin Flaherledge is, he's one of the Flaherledge twins. He has a brother named Ken Flaherledge, who was actually involved in the Tableau community first. And Ken is on the forums, and he has helped the community for a long time. Well, enter the twin Kevin, and he got involved, and it looks like they have good genes and are identical, because he's just as bright, and they're both really good people. And by being involved in the Tableau community, he was able to not only come in, and in that first year after he became involved, he won a bunch of Vizzies. Those are awards that are given out at Tableau conference, and they called them the Kevies because he had won a bunch that year. But I mean, he was able to get engaged with the community, meet a bunch of people, and at that time he got a job working at Tableau and doing great things there. And now him and his brother are consultants, and all because of the Tableau community. They've given so much back, and they've also gotten a lot back. So, if anyone has to say anything about it, Kevin Flaherich would be one. The benefits, we talked about skill development and growth, all the practice you get, talking to people. The community helps you with that. Networking opportunities, we've talked a bit about that. Recognition within the Tableau community. When you put in and you help a lot of people, the Tableau community, whether it's a title or an honor or just people out there saying thank you, it's good to be recognized, and we're as a community we're really good about it. Where that we praise each other, we help each other, we're all part of it, we're all in together. Career advancement, we talked about that. Posting your stuff on Tableau Public for your portfolio. The networking aspect, if you're looking to grow in your current role or in your career or change careers, being involved in the community, that's a great way to do it. People have either been there or done that, can give advice, or if you want to learn the technical skills, it's all there for the taking. We're all there contributing to our community success all together. All right, their quote, success stories. I came from literally nowhere. I was just an anonymous government employee who more or less gave in to not fitting in. I planned to sleepwalk through life. After many years, I pushed through and overcame the ceiling I or others placed on me. Your breakthrough is coming regardless of label. Adam Miko, another visionary and Tableau ambassador and another friend of mine. That's a quote from him. He worked he had a job in government for a long time, and he picked up using Tableau and wasn't the greatest job as just far as wasn't the happiest there, and he came out, stepped into the Tableau community, and now you see him everywhere. Dreamforce just happened. It's the Salesforce conference every year, and every year they give out these golden hoodies. It's for VIPs and superstars and Salesforce. And if I got that a little wrong, I apologize. But Adam Miko was the first person from the Tableau side to get a golden hoodie. And he started with just kind of getting involved in the community, doing all the things we're talking about here. And now he's a big force and a driving force in the community. Wonderful human being, looking to help a bunch of people and just very kind and willing to help. And he got to, he not only has Tableau recognition, he's gotten some wonderful jobs. And as a result of being part of the community and interacting with everyone. And that's what we heard talked about. For me, I talked about it a little bit already, that once I moved down here from the LA area to the agency I'm at now, Direct Avenue. And one of the early things as a part of my job, let's look to getting, some kind of BI tool, Tableau. There was a couple others that came up. And the minute I looked at Tableau, it was like, my mind was blown. I was like, wow, it was that easy. There was a road show and of course, prepped data and everything really was that easy with the data that was there. But once I learned how to use the tool, it really changed things for me. Our company was driven by a lot of spreadsheets, and don't get me wrong, a lot of our clients still want those spreadsheets or to be able to download their crosstabs, and I take it personally and try to develop better. Like Michael Jordan, he took it personally. Okay, no rim shot for me. But I try to get better and develop better visualizations. But we moved from just everything out of Excel to now if we have to provide something in Excel, now we get the other question. Oh, can I get this in Tableau dashboard? Or we'll get something like, hey, can you take this mess and visualize it for me? And that's changed our company, but also for me personally, I've made a lot of great friends. I've made a lot of great connections. If I have a problem, I've talked about it before, I know some great people to go to. I can reach out personally. If they don't know, I use social media. I'll go, hey, I need help. I don't know what I'm doing here, and often I don't know what I'm doing. So that's no surprise to anyone that knows me. But I got this problem. Can someone help me? And more often than not, someone go, oh yeah, I just ran into this problem. Or here's an article. Here's a video on your exact problem. And I'd be able to figure out things a lot quicker than just trying to bang my head against the wall, all because of the Tableau community. And also, I'm shy by nature, afraid of people, but here I am tonight because of the Tableau community, talking in front of you all, looking kind of like I know what I'm talking about. And on this I do, and I'm confident. And that's because the people around me have lifted me up. So that's my success story with the Tableau community. And it's all because of all the things that we talked about here. I've done all of it. And it's true, all of it. Does anyone else have any success stories or anything that the Tableau community has helped themselves with that they'd like to share?
I can talk a little bit. So, same thing as Luigi. Like everything we talked about, like has been beneficial. It's kind of like almost having like a support team behind you when you're in this tool. Almost like before there was ChatGPT, there's like the Tableau community. So like before I even got involved in like Twitter or anything like that, like I used the community forums to like ask questions, or a lot of the time somebody already asked the question. So like before I even got in like heavily involved, like I was linking up with people who now I can put a name to the face, but back then I just needed help, right? And then like the Makeover Monday, I think that was probably my first like entry into like trying to build a portfolio. And so like when I was the next time I was looking for a job, they were like, well, do you have a portfolio? And it's like, actually I do. Like I have something that I can like I could point them to with a couple of Makeover Mondays in there to show that like, I could do the job. And then I kind of started to venture more into like doing like what they say, like this what you love. And so then that's when it got really fun because it was like, okay, I'm like pushing what I feel like I can do creative. Like I'm a numbers person, I always did math, and so like doing stuff more creative just became like a really fun outlet for me. But then that's how I started to get drawn more into the community. And that's how I ended up meeting a lot of the people that I work with now in the company that I work for now. And I was able to like kind of, like leverage that like involvement into the job that I have now. And so it's just been really like for me, it's just been exciting to like, to do something that I like enough to do in my like personal time. Like, you know what I mean? Like most of the time, like at work, like it's like I'm done for the day. I don't want to do that. But now it's like I'm done for the day, but like I'm gonna go do like a day of this about, my favorite music artist. And so like, but then I'm constantly practicing those skills. Then it makes me like, better at my job. And then you have stuff like Workout Wednesday that Luigi touched on. Like there's been several times that I've done some Workout Wednesdays, and literally in my job, like that same problem will come up. And it's like, oh, I saw a Workout Wednesday about this. Let me go back and review what I did. And it just kind of makes you look really smart. But it's like, I didn't really come up with the solution. It already existed. I'm going to take, a little credit for it at my job. But I just think it really helps like, like help you grow your skills much faster than trying to do it all on your own. Really, I think it's what it comes down to.
Well said. Thank you. Yeah, you swim and you get what you put into it, and the community is there. All these things are there for you. Go take that opportunity, and it will help you. Here's some of our hot tips for effective involvement in the community. Viz what you love. It's true. You may love your job and the data you're looking at work. Even if you love it, really, 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 really love it. A lot of it's the same. You're looking at the same things all the time. When you're learning something in Tableau, there are so many projects out there that have curated data sets for you. Or maybe not. Maybe you're just interested in something, like the Barbie movie came out and then there was a community project on Barbie's jobs. Whether it's something like that or, the Spice Girls Path to Success or whatever it is that you're interested in or obsessed with in some cases. Viz what you love. You'll spend more time with it. You'll dig into it and time will pass and go, oh my goodness, I spent all this time, and you'll get good at it. There's a time for practicing on things that you may not necessarily be interested in, but I think that number one tip there, viz what you love, is an important one. So that's another thing if you take away, viz what you love, that's the way to go. Be active and be engaged. Again, you get what you put into it. Maybe you're not a social butterfly and maybe you don't like social media, but maybe you come out to things like this and maybe you don't speak to everyone. You're here, you're soaking in knowledge. And maybe you go to the forums, you're not technically talking to somebody, but you're being active and you're being engaged, and you can put out your question out there and get help. However it is you want to be engaged or speaking to people or whatever it is, you get what you put into it. Contribute and share your knowledge. Same thing, whether, maybe you've asked a lot of questions on the forums and, maybe you're really good at something or maybe you're searching for something, you come across a new question like, oh, I know the answer. Instead of telling that person good luck, you're going to need it. Maybe you log in and answer that question and go, hey, I ran into this problem and this is how I solved it. Maybe that's your way for contributing and sharing. Or if you're on social media and you spend way too much time and you see a question out there, whether it's publicly or you can send a message and go, hey, I saw your request for help. And, here's some thoughts on it. Whatever it is, contribute, share what you know. That's how other people will learn. And then, there's quiet people that may not ask the question, or maybe they didn't realize that was a question until it's too late. If you know something or have a tip, say it. You may be helping people and you didn't realize it. Attend local and virtual meetups, user groups. We're only a lot of fun. I mean, this is better than stand-up comedy, especially with me up here. But seriously, it gives a chance to, in this case, learn about getting involved in the community. But we put on other workshops and lessons on how to do different things in Tableau. As new features come out, we'll cover things like that. But not only locally. Again, you can go and search out for all these different user groups, and they cover a whole lot of different things. And they're diverse in the things they cover. See what interests you. Again, viz what you love, attend what you love. So, if there's a group that really sparks your interest, sign up. And maybe you can't make it to a meeting or you only make it to one, you'll get emails and updates. And good tip, to make sure that you register for our user group and look for our emails. Sometimes they don't go through. If you don't hear from us, reach out because we want you to be part of our group. Participate in Tableau community projects. It can be fun. It can be for learning. It could be for both. I've learned a lot and I've had a lot of fun doing it. That is another top way to be involved in the community and learn, but also you might meet other people, especially if you're in a project that's, like music or sports. You'll meet other people that enjoy some of the things that you do and maybe make some friendships out of it. follow Tableau on social media. So you got Tableau, they're on LinkedIn and Twitter and Facebook and Threads and whatever else is going to be invented out there. But not only follow Tableau, follow some of the people in this room, follow the Tableau ambassadors and Tableau visionaries. There's Tableau Next. There's Tableau featured authors. We talk about Tableau Public, but I didn't mention that I think it's every quarter or every once in a while, a new list of Tableau featured authors come out, and they put up so fantastic work on Tableau Public, and they'll feature them. And if they have a social media profile, you can follow them, and a lot of them post their stuff on there. And you can learn a lot that way too. And you get inspired. You can learn. Possibilities are endless. So again, social media, it's what you put into it. Don't be afraid to ask questions. That's how you learn. And even if your experiences sometimes haven't been that great with speaking out, I really honestly mean that in this community, that these are some of the kindest people I know. And people genuinely want to help you. And if they can't help you or don't have the time, they'll let you know, but then tell you where you can look or someone else to talk to, or so many times I've asked a question and then have people come back, here's 3 dashboards, here's an article, and here's 2 videos on how different ways to solve your problem. All because I asked a question. And that's key. Don't be afraid in this community. And, even if it's not out in public, you can reach out to people. And more times than not, you're going to get a good outcome. And I've learned that. And lastly, what we're doing here tonight is giving back to the community. For me, helping run the user group here in San Diego, people running other Tableau user groups, Tableau ambassadors and visionaries that put out content for Tableau and put tutorials out, or even people that aren't running user groups and doing any of that. There's maybe people in the forums that they do it because they enjoy helping others, or even just your colleague that's sitting next to you and maybe they can't get something to work, and by you coming here and learning how to use the tool really well, maybe you can help them. There's all kinds of ways to give back. I have other friends that on the weekends sometimes they'll help teach a college course. I mean, there's some people are actual professors, but I know some people that aren't, but that they help run a course teaching people some of the skills for Tableau, but data analysis in general, all because of what the community has given to them. They want to give back. So there's all kinds of different ways. And by teaching, you learn how to do it better. I say that to my kids, so it must be true. We have some resources here, whether it's for inspiration, tutorials, and a whole lot more. We talked about subscribing to the Visit of the Day. Tableau sends out at the end of the week a Data Fam Roundup that has different articles and visits and features on different people. You sign up, you get those things in your email. Different people you can follow on social media. We have some blogs, Anamico and the Flairledge twins. They put out great content. And then Kevin and Ken, they have their blog, and they've been doing it for years, and there's all kinds of great things you can find on there. Some really advanced stuff, they're like, holy cow, how or why did you do it? And then some stuff that's really, it's all really helpful, but some things like, oh, okay, I can use that, I can do this. Tableau Tim, he's on YouTube. There's a lot of great people on YouTube as well. Check out his channel, and or you search Tableau, you'll see some of these people. But yeah, Tableau Tim. Oh, I think he at Dreamforce that just ended, he was the second Tableau person to get a golden hoodie. So not only a nice guy, but just wicked smart with Tableau. And then a couple other links here, just visual vocabulary, Tableau reference guide, and Tableau Viz cookbook. Some other places you can go and check out that will help you on your journey. And there's a whole lot more, but I think these are some great places to help get you started. I talked a lot, so I hope none of you fell asleep. Does anyone have any questions or any comments or anything they want to discuss? Oh.
Does this happen every month?
So we try to do it every quarter, and we're going to be planning. If we don't meet in person, like we'd like to get together in person every quarter, but maybe we're going to look at trying to do more often, or maybe we do some hybrid meetings. I'd like to also do some other networking opportunities where maybe we're not in a room, but we're out somewhere, and a little bit more talk about that later. But we'd like to meet more often. A minimum, we'll get together once a quarter, but then, there's an opportunity where we either have fully virtual, for maybe we have speakers that we can't get in person that has something interesting, or maybe a hybrid event where we get together and have someone that's speaking here and then maybe someone that's remote. We definitely want to get together more often than not, but for sure in person, the goal is at least once a quarter.
I have two things to share. The first is I want to share one successful story from Qualcomm QTL specifically. When we implemented the tool, we started in 2017, right? Around that time. For the past couple of years, we do have a growing number of users, and more people come to me or other advanced users questions. And we do see there is business need to start the program called Data Doctors. If you've been to the Tableau conference, you probably heard about that idea. And then what I did is I first tried to Google the Data Doctor package guideline from Tableau, but I still don't know how to really implement that idea at Qualcomm internally, from paper to real. And then I reached out to my mentor Kale, and then he connected me with Matt Bull, I forgot his last name. And then he just the first day I sent him a message, and then the second day he connected with me and scheduled a 30-minute or 1 hour meeting to really share with me how he did that Data Doctor at his workplace, and all the problem that you may come across and how you can put more people into it to do it, and there's order to do things and lessons he learned through he implemented that internal complete program. So my point is, if you have questions, then not necessarily technical questions specifically related to Tableau, also other Tableau related questions, like how to implement the tool more efficiently into your internal community, how to get your community more involved, things like that, or any other challenges you came across. You can throw it up there in the Tableau community. You will feel like that the whole world is helping you. You're not doing it by yourself. You're not alone. And the second thing I want to share is I got the chance to know that we have new grads from UCSD. I'm a UCSD alumni. I feel obligated to share. We have V, right? Graduated from UCSD the past June from the Ready Business School, major in business analytics, right? Not? Okay. Oh, sorry. You took it together, I mixed up. And we have another. Yeah, you both from business analytics as well. So if your company has open positions, or will have, or might have open position, or you know someone they have open positions, please connect with UCSD students. I'm going to say, we'll do this.
Awesome. Well, welcome to the UCSD students, and that's something that also we want to work on, is building a relationship with them as well. I know at our company we do a capstone project every year, and we've actually have hired. We're not hiring right now, but out of that capstone, we've hired a few people from there, and trust me when I say that when they graduate from the program, they know what they're doing. They have great education, and everyone that we brought in from the project not only did a great job in the project and have gotten great jobs, but the ones that stuck with us, it's worked out. So whether you're hiring or know people are hiring, look to them, connect with us, and we'll help you the best we can.
I think, I don't know if this would be better for the Q&A sort of time of the session or more like after for networking, but I guess for me, I was just curious. So I went to UCC School of Global Policy and Strategy. Ashley was a fellow alum. And I guess for me, this is my first time in any sort of Tableau event, meeting, conference, anything. Most of my background experience is like with R or GIS software. And I heard about it from Ashley and I was like, okay, sure, it's a 10-minute drive, I'll do it. I just got off work and like, okay. Sure. I wasn't sure what to expect, and I remember coming into the room and hearing first of all, I don't know your name, but you work for something that involves chickpeas, and like, this is pretty interesting. So I guess a broader question to everyone here, again, I don't know if this is the right setting for, but I guess, what are people here mainly, like, what was the field in, what was the background in? Like for me personally, in terms of my, I guess, limited work experience, it's mainly been education policy and wildfire data. That's where my experience with Tableau comes in, but I guess I just want to put that out there. So, I don't know. If anyone wants to.
Well, I mean, yeah, this is a great place. We're asking questions and hopefully answering. So I talked a little bit about myself. We're in TV advertising, but we have all kinds of, yes, we negotiate all those rates and have people buying the media, but we're a data agency. We not only take all the airings data, from all the spots that we air, but then we have all kinds of responses that come in, whether it's a call or a web visit or an app download or registration. These made up fictitious numbers called Nielsen ratings and impressions, which there's science behind it, and there's a lot of other companies that do it, but we take all that information and we put it together, and we have data scientists working on that to help. We run models on the information to see what areas are profitable, and then that comes in to a Tableau dashboard, so our stakeholders can take a look and quickly identify, these stations are working, these times a day are working, put more money here, put less here, for the C level. And then for the people within the agency, there's other dashboards that we use that are a little more detailed, that really can dig in and help make decisions. So for Tableau, I mean, it's used in all kinds of different ways, and there's people in pharmaceutical that use it. There's even people, little mom and pop shops. I know a few years ago, during one of the virtual Tableau conferences, a group of us went to Tennessee and actually rented a cabin and watched. We attended conference together, so we can all have that experience. And I'm going somewhere with this, I promise, not just to brag and tell how wonderful I am. But we went to this museum. It was a salt and pepper shaker museum in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. And it's what you would imagine, a big old place with like tons of salt and pepper shakers, really cool. I really have a point here. And as we're going out, the owner's shop sees our Tableau shirts and goes, you guys use Tableau? And we told him we were there. He had a background in Tableau and used it at another stage in his life, but also used it to help run his store. So even a salt and pepper shaker museum in Gatlinburg, Tennessee can use it. I know that probably didn't answer your question, but I get to tell stories about the Salt and Pepper Shaker Museum, and you should go. It's an awesome experience. But yeah.
I guess I'm just curious about the crowd here tonight. I guess anything I can share on odd places that I've encountered Tableau. I will say with some shame, there I was at a bar in downtown and somehow ran across someone who manages, I guess, the Tableau conference. There's a little bit. There were two people there. They were a little bit drunk, but they were going off about visualizations on mapping layers. And my friend and I over here, and it's just like, I got off work, my friend got off work, she drove down from LA. We did not decide to go out and suddenly hear about mapping and visualizations, but we ended up talking with them, and we had dinner with them like 2 weeks ago. So, yeah, Tableau is everywhere for me. So I don't use it as much as maybe the people here. But again, my main point was I'm just curious to know the crowd here.
So did you have in your agenda to introduce ourselves, or for today, or?
Let's do it. Let's there.
I think that's what he was going for.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
But
So I guess I can start. My name is Pradeep, and I work for Illumina. I've been in San Diego for 4 years. Illumina is my first job after the master's. A bit of a background, my undergrad is in nanoscale engineering, and my master's is in bioengineering. And during my master's was when I learned about big data, genomics, and all that stuff. So I got really interested into epigenomics, and I really wanted to get into a kind of genomics world. And I was trying to look for a job that fit my background, and I was able to fortunately land Illumina. And Illumina, I'm more on the research side, where Illumina is a genomic DNA sequencing company, and so I work in the materials and applied service sciences department, where we kind of see how can we make the sequencing of the DNA better with different biochemistry. And it's kind of like a cool machine, it's like electronics, optics, biochemistry, physics, like everything kind of put together. So kind of like a multidisciplinary approach. So yeah, I mean, I got to know about Tableau while I was doing an internship as a data specialist intern at UPenn, and that's when I started using it. And I started using it in my work and towards my career shift to bioinformatics. And yeah, that's why I'm still kind of using Tableau, and I've been able to let it go.
Can I add one question to that? As we're going around, could you name maybe something, one thing that you hope to get from the user groups, or there's something that you would love for us to do, or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been interested in visualization, and I'm not I don't have a software engineering background, but I would like to develop it a little more better. A lot of the times I come across a learning curve, and I would like to go past them. So hopefully all of this helps me in doing that. And yeah, there's in terms of genomics, there are so much more data that's out there now in terms of multi-omics, with genetic level, epigenetic level, proteomics. So it's just a lot of data available on websites, national repositories. So if anyone's interested in bio, there's a lot of data out there to do something.
What are some of those, Data World? Where would you find it?
It's called NCBI, National Center for Biomedical Informatics. So there's a lot of data out there. Most of them is cancer data. So about all the patients that went to hospitals and did they survive? How long did they survive? Or if they got their gene sequenced, how is their cancer DNA, cancer genetics different from their normal genetics? So it's like some genes are highly expressed, some genes are suppressed, and how did that lead to them getting cancer, or like what's, and then like how does that change over time? All that stuff. So, yeah.
You totally just volunteered for a presentation in the future. You totally did. You totally did, Justin. I guess I can go now. So I'm Justin, as Ashley mentioned, I'm still attending the master's program at UCSD. We completed in December, and then this summer I actually worked as an intern, analytical consulting intern at Experian. So I worked on like Tableau, I utilized Tableau, Jira, and Excel to build out like a annual consultant revenue report for the upper management. And then I got more interest into Tableau, and then also the field that I'm studying right now is Master's of Science in Business Analytics. So I wanted to dig deeper into the analytical area. And then currently I'm looking for full-time roles. I wanted to like connect with people as well. So I'm here.
Welcome.
I'm Monica. I'm a consultant at Slalom, and I have I started using Tableau I think like 5 years ago, and now I have a lot of projects that I'm doing data with this. So as of now, I'm working actually for Qualcomm. So it's my first time in the building because I've been working remotely. But, and I was engaged in the, so I transferred from Silicon Valley, and I was engaged in like a Tableau user group there. So I decided to also like check it out here. So, hello, everyone.
Welcome, fantastic.
Hi, my name is Kenneth. I'm from Silicon Valley. I'm actually down visiting Monica for the weekend, or week, actually, sorry. Let's see, I started using Tableau around the same time as her. I remember I went to my first Tableau user group, and there was a presenter there, and he had shown how he had embedded D3 charts in Tableau and done these incredible D3 visualizations of hierarchies, and I felt so inspired. And I proceeded to, at my current role at Instacart, figure out how to automate all these mundane sales reports that I was pulling every week for clients, and it helped me go on this journey of becoming like a data person. And yeah, right now I work as a technical product owner for Bonza. They are a manufacturer of chickpea pasta. If you've ever worked in the manufacturing world, the principal goal that you're trying to do is balance supply and demand. How do you do that efficiently and optimize for that? So I sit on the supply chain management team. We have a pretty cool tech stack using Salesforce to DBT, and then Tableau is the decision layer, or visualization layer, I should say. The whole role is to basically help the various stakeholders across marketing, sales, operations, make better decisions. And that goes through a lot of chewing up that complexity for them. And yeah, Tableau has been a huge part of my career at that role. Right now, I've actually been studying more supply chain management and less how to do cool things in Tableau, but it's good to be back in the space and getting inspired.
Awesome.
And we are proof of my friendship from
Yeah.
Tableau.
Hi, my name is Lisa Trescott. I work as a research analyst up at Maricosta College, which is up in Oceanside. I'm also a UCSD alumna. See over here. So my world at Maricosta is all around student data. So I look at a lot of student success and equity data, a lot of survey data, so I mentioned earlier. There's a lot of, making dashboards and following cohorts of students and looking at all of their success metrics and things, and then presenting those for stakeholders to ultimately make decisions that hopefully improve student success. And I started using Tableau when I started at Maricosta, which was in 2017. And as Luigi mentioned, I'm co-running one of the Tableau user groups. It's the California Community Colleges Tableau user group. We just had our first meeting a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, I'm excited to be here and be running that group.
And what is the thing of the California community?
So it's geared towards people in the California Community Colleges. So the analysts, the institutional researchers who work there and use Tableau and how they're using it and showing off.
Is that also for students to learn Tableau? Or
No, that's not
Okay.
the point. I mean, they could come.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's mostly because we all get data sets that are the same. So the state gives us specific data sets, and so we wanted to start sharing more resources and stop reinventing the wheel every time we get these data sets and start sharing what we're doing.
Sounds like an accelerator.
Yeah, yeah, right?
Yeah.
This is very unrelated, and I guess we can talk on a lot more about, you have work with Centers of Excellence with Tina? Or?
I know Tina, but I don't work with her.
Okay.
So our office is segmented, so each one of us kind of supports different areas. So she's not in my area, but I know her.
Was Tina the drama?
Did
Hi, I'm Zena Blecker. I am a senior director here at Qualcomm, and Ashley is on my team, and we work with all of the licensing data that comes in for Qualcomm, revenue and their sales data from all of our licensees. So we collect quarterly data from licensees, and we put it we use a TM1 database, and then that ends up into our data warehouse, and then we use Tableau for visualizations. And also we use it a lot for compliance checking. So to look at different, factors and different things that we're looking for in the data. And then, so we also have a fairly large database of third-party data to allow us to compare our licensing data to the market and see where we are standing there too. So, and Ashley does a lot of company research too, which is also our data. But that's what we do.
Awesome.
Thanks.
And Dina is the person behind the scenes that support us to implement to Tableau. Not everyone has open-minded boss. And gladly that back in 2017, and Dina is very open-minded. Some people should Tableau conference and then bring new ideas back, and we technically moving from Excel to Tableau for the past couple of years.
How many people do you think we're out there?
We have desktop users probably around 100, close to 80 or 100. I mean, for QTL. And then I believe Anna, I'm glad she is here today. And she is working at QCT operations sales, right? More on the Qualcomm chipset business side. And I'm glad that she is definitely the driver on that department to roll this small community over there. And she's also actively participate our monthly meetup. We have monthly QTL Tableau user group meetup, but it's open for all Qualcomm employees. Glad you joined. Maybe you can join our next. Welcome.
I'm back up with you online. My name is Johnny Weathersby. I have been using Tableau since 2010. For me, it was a big career shifter. Like Luigi, I've definitely been kind of more one of the lurker Tableau older heads. I knew a lot of the visionaries back when I first started, when they were called Jedis. Now they're visionaries, and that's changed a little bit since then. But I've been able to take Tableau across 3 careers, kind of, sort of, over the years. I've been Tableau user number 1 at 2 different companies, building up communities there, working across different areas in manufacturing and focus groups and things like that, working with eye tracking data, sales, fulfillment, right-sizing shipments, stuff like that. Transitioning over to a virtual environment where it's more web sales based stuff, advertising data, things like that, to now kind of messing more in the realm of consulting, messing with different companies and different things like that. Yeah, also the first conference I attended was in 2010, that was in Seattle. In 2011, it was in Vegas, but in 2012, it was in San Diego. And that was when I decided one day I want to move to San Diego. That was my introduction to San Diego. So I finally came full circle with that in November of 2022, I want to say. Yeah, that sounds right. But just coming off the pandemic, was able to move out here, and I never established any roots or anything in the Tableau community specifically because, like I said, I like to kind of hang the background more so. But I've trained probably about 120 or so people working through different environments, whether that's through desktop up to back when just desktop and reader, getting people into server, cloud, things like that. And yeah, I guess from this community, what I'm looking for is just kind of like connections and starting to establish some roots and probably come out of the background to the forefront a little bit more. Just come out of the shell there, like you said. That would probably be what I'm looking for.
Welcome. Yeah.
Yeah, so my name is Yaksha. So, like she introduced, I'm currently an MSBA grad student at UC San Diego. So prior to this, I was working for 2.5 years as a Tableau developer at Schneider Electric. So I have extensively used Tableau for 2.5 years, and that was my first career. So I'm glad that my first career is in Tableau itself. And my undergrad was in mechanical engineering, so I really didn't have any idea what the analytical fields was or anything related to the computer science. So Data Farm was a community that helped me, to shift from the mechanical engineering point of view to be in the field of analytics. And I was more interested in analytics, so to pursue or to enhance my learning, I just switched to a business analytics program to do my master's in it. So from the community, I'm mostly looking to network with the like-minded people, and also for me to look at the internship opportunities or some of the hiring opportunities.
Awesome.
So hi everyone, I am Prerna. Even I am pursuing masters in business analytics at UCSD. So I did my undergrad in computer science. So I am a completely new beginner to Tableau. I basically came here to learn how what's the Tableau scope in the industry, and what if I want to pursue a job like in analytics or BI. So I wanted to know how Tableau will help me with that, and how data farm will be helpful to me.
Welcome.
Hi everyone, I'm Pierre, I'm French, and I moved to the US right before COVID, so good times. I decided to change operate like some kind of a career move. I used to be in finance, I have a master's in finance, and I had this dream that I could change and go into more of the sports world. So I graduated with an MBA from SDSU, the sports MBA. And I got hired by the YMCA to run most of the analytics, most of the analytics things. So we use Power BI now. I mostly use Tableau for my surveys. We also have a new CRM, so it's there's no shortage of things to do. And I'm a data analyst, huge sports and stats fan, and I actually used Tableau for my thesis, which was about sports and the impact of money on the world of soccer. Football.
Yeah.
Thank you. And,
Go Chelsea.
So yeah, nice to meet you all. And what I'm hoping to get from this would be hopefully to network. And I'm actually in the process of I'm trying to find a new job, and I'm actually working on a portfolio for an application that I have with a sports team, and I would be more than happy to perhaps get some feedback on some of the visualizations I'm working on.
Awesome. Welcome.
Hi, my name is Boris, but as Ashley introduced me, a lot of people just call me V. It's a lot easier. So I'm a recent graduate from the School of Global Policy and Strategy, or GPS, at UCSD. My master's its title is Masters of International Affairs, but my focus is mainly in international development. And by trade, I would say I've mainly worked as a data analyst, slash like GIS analyst. I guess my reasoning for coming here again is making connections. I think I saw this through a LinkedIn post that Ashley made, and it's right when I get off work. It's a 10-minute drive. Sure, there's food. I'll take that. But I really didn't know what to expect. And in terms of my experience with Tableau, it's always been in passing. I mentioned most of my data software experiences with R programming or GIS software, or I guess the older like Stata, if any of you use that. Tableau has always been through different like research associate positions where maybe I'm helping a PhD student collect foreign aid data and he wants a visualization, and I do that for that, or for a professor, so it's completely case by case. But I find that like Tableau is, again, like it's so helpful and easy to pick up, well, relatively, and it's not very used in, I guess, my specific field of, if you label it as like social science or political science or however you want to call it. And I find myself like wanting to use it or introduce it to people that I work with. And I don't have as much, I would still label myself as a beginner in it. And so I just, paths overlapped with Ashley making the post and me wanting to find a job. San Diego, I'm actually I grew up in Oceanside, not too far away, it's a 40-minute drive north. So I'm still here, but I'm not moving.
Hi, my name is Michael McCusker. I work in healthcare. I work for DaVita. We are a dialysis company. And our team of analysts work primarily with clinical data. So much data come in, and we have a pool of analysts that support various parts of the company. There's people who are focused on the boring numbers and cash side of it, or there's people who are trying to build dashboards and reports and analytics, all about trying to improve our patient outcomes and things like that. I sort of fell into this kind of role within my team of onboarding people onto Tableau, and I don't feel like I'm qualified enough to do that. And so what I'm hoping to get out of the user group is just to stay one lesson ahead of the people that I'm trying to train. We are hiring if anybody is interested in a career in healthcare analytics. I've been in San Diego now for 3 years. I'm actually, DaVita's headquartered in Denver, so I'm full-time remote. So that's another thing I kind of look to get out of these meetings is meeting with people. I just work in my bedroom. That's me.
Hi, my name is Anna. I work for Qualcomm, sales ops. We serve different teams, supply chain, customer service. We focus on data related to regions. And we have access to finance data as well. So we do a little bit of everything, I'll say. I came here because Ashley invited me, and I'm very grateful for that. We met with her because we met with her a few, let's say a month ago or so, because in our department, unfortunately, it's just me and another person working, and we have a lot of data that we find the need to have some sort of governance around it. And due to the hiring freeze and other stuff that were happening before, it was just us two trying to figure it out. And now we merge our Tableau sites, and we see a bigger need to kind of have that governance committee. And we try to mimic kind of what they did. It is something great. And we try to get the people to volunteer and just to help us out, because it's just too much for two people to do it. And I started using Tableau first in grad school in 2019. I graduated, then I got my job as a data analyst. We had a Tableau developer, so my job wasn't really to build dashboards, just to work more like SQL analysis and stuff like that. So I would build dashboards, but very ugly ones, I would say. And then I transitioned into work as a business analyst, where I was exposed more to Tableau. And we didn't have like a Tableau developer, so I was doing a lot of dashboards, and this is then I transitioned to this role. I moved to San Diego from Massachusetts a year and 2 months ago, and yeah, I like San Diego. Definitely way better weather, and yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, welcome everyone. I'm glad you all came and got to introduce each other. Yeah.
There's more pizza outside, so we need more.
So I know we run a bit over, so I'll just say that, part of being involved. We're looking for speakers, places to host our meetings, sponsors if any of you have companies, so we can do happy hours and different things, and topics that interest you. So please reach out to us. Let us know however you want to help us out so we can put on more of these wonderful events. And again, I want to thank everybody for coming out. It was so nice seeing all of you and speaking with you and hearing everything that you do. Really appreciate you coming out on a Tuesday night. I know you could be at a pirate bar somewhere because it's not only Taco Tuesday, but it's Talk Like a Pirate Day. I'm really glad you chose to come out to our user group meeting. I hope you come out to the next one. I hope to hear from all of you. And I can't wait to do again. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. That's all I got. Feel free to talk amongst yourselves. If you didn't get a chance to check in, please let me know because I want to be able to mark you that you came here, and then we'll send out an email that with the deck and everything. And yeah, please stay engaged. Please stay in touch. And thanks again. Have a wonderful night. Thank you, everybody.
If you are a guest, please drop off your badge from class when you leave the building. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. for coming.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.
Do that.
How many say it? Already knows.
So, 2000, that's maybe like a, better.